Hey there, Aubrey. How's it going today?
I'm great, Lindsay. I have a question for you.
All right.
What is something impressive that you've accomplished in about 90 days?
Oh my gosh, something. Oh, that's a great question. Well, I guess here at All Ears English, we've built some courses in about 90 days,
Okay, that's
90 to
impressive.
120 days. And it's a sprint when we build our courses, but it feels so good to get them done. It really
Absolutely.
does.
Though that's more of a
Yes.
team effort. If you had to do
Yes.
that by yourself, could you do
Oh,
that in
yeah.
90 days? I don't think
No,
so.
no.
That's
That would
impressive
take a
to
year.
accomplish anything in 90 days.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, where are we getting into this theme of 90 days, Aubrey?
Well, today, one of our students from Taiwan, Chih, is sharing 3 tips that helped him go from 5.5 that he had scored on IELTS to 7 in less than 90 days. That's so impressive. We want to give him a huge shout out. And we asked him to share 3 tips, the things that helped the most get him those higher scores.
Yeah, and I love it. And I just want to underscore just how big of a deal it is to go from a
Yes.
5.5 to a 7. It is not easy. It's not even easy to go from a 6.5
No.
to a 7. Wouldn't you agree,
Even
Aubrey?
taking a year, that's not
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, many students just can't make that jump and especially can't do it in 90 days. But because we have Cheese advice on the show today, we're going to see exactly how he did it. Right, Aubrey?
Yeah, so first we'll have Chi introduce himself and share what his process was before taking our IELTS course and why he was stuck at 5.5. So let's listen in.
Okay.
Hello guys, I'm Chih Shout out from Taiwan. I'm super glad to share some good news with you all. Today I received my IELTS score and I achieved an overall band 7 for the first time, even though I had never taken any official IELTS test before. Previously, all I had done were mock tests on some random website, and my score was constantly stuck at around band 5.5. With the abundant resources and insightful strategies provided by All Ears English, I managed to raise my score from 5.5 to 7 in less than 90 days. Even now, it still feels surreal.
All right, Lindsay, we are so excited that she was able to get the 7 he needed. We have talked to a lot of students. We feel like we know what that is to finally
Yes.
get past IELTS, get the scores you need, and be able to move on with your dreams.
100%. It's so important to get organized, stop bouncing around the internet, and just to really lock into a study plan, don't you think?
Absolutely. And I have a feeling that listeners out there will agree that you're not surprised that Chi scored highly on IELTS speaking because we're hearing impressive intonation, impressive vocabulary in everything you're going to hear from him today. So he really learned a ton, put it into practice in order to improve both his overall fluency and learn those test strategies.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a sample of the way he probably spoke on the test. I think he used the word surreal
Yes.
in that clip. Is that right, Aubrey?
Yes, and impressive intonation. And you're
Yeah.
going to hear even more. He's using idioms and interesting vocabulary throughout the tips that he provided today. So, not surprising that he scored well on IELTS speaking.
Yeah, let's start to get into why and how he did this, Aubrey. Where do we start? I mean, what makes Chi different from other students who maybe never commit to a kind of a plan? What do you think?
Yes. Yeah. Chi's first advice you're going to hear in just a moment is about having a study plan. We've heard from a lot of students how helpful it is that the course includes a study plan that you can follow to take the guesswork out of what you should be spending time on, right? You know exactly what you should be doing every day.
Yeah. And don't we all wish we had this for our daily work lives,
I
right?
could
Just sit
definitely
down-
use this.
If
Yes.
someone could just tell me what to do each day, it would be amazing. But we waste a lot of brain calories and create stress by wondering what to work on. And I have a feeling that's what a lot of our listeners are struggling with as well. Don't you think?
Absolutely. It is so helpful to have someone who really knows the exam provide you with the best resources, let you know what to spend time on when, takes the guesswork out of it, and you have this confidence knowing that you are spending your time in the wisest way possible.
So let's go ahead and listen into Chi's clip about the 3 keys study plan. Shall we listen?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Now today I'd like to share some tips that helped me achieve the scores I needed. First thing first, guys, a well-structured study plan was pivotal for me as it systematically built out my foundation and established a clear study routine. All Ear English provide me with a well-structured and actionable study plan. which truly became a beacon of light throughout the journey.
All right, amazing vocabulary again. Beacon of light. This is a Band 9 idiom that you guys definitely should save for IELTS speaking. But so yeah, we're not surprised that this was one of his tips. We know how busy all of you are. You need to make sure that you are not wasting any time.
Yeah, I mean, imagine just bouncing around the internet, YouTube to forums, and who do we really know that we can actually trust? I mean, our course is based on the experience of an examiner for 13 years examining on IELTS, right? But you can't guarantee that for every YouTube channel, every forum update. Right. It's kind of
Or
dangerous.
you might realize you're getting low scores on reading. So you're spending all of this time trying to take practice tests and improve scores for the right reading exam while, maybe you're letting other test skills slide, or you're not spending the time you need to, not getting balanced study, and not learning the strategies you need for reading. You could accidentally waste so much time.
Right. That's why in our study plan, we tell you exactly when to plug in with those practice tests. And surprisingly, many students are surprised to learn it's not at the beginning that you're going to take a practice test. That's a waste of your time. Instead, you're going to go through the course and you're going to actually learn the strategies that will improve your score. And then you start taking practice tests towards the end. But we guide you through that as you build the skills.
Exactly. Right? You're using those practices on question sets so that you really understand them well before you take an entire practice exam. So true.
That's huge. I wonder what is the second thing that she did, Aubrey, that really set him apart.
Yes, we're going to talk about the second thing here. You're going to hear Chih talk about it. And this is about the All Ears English podcast. I loved this. You guys are already listening to us here on IELTS Energy. But Chih's second tip is about making use of the All Ears English podcast as well.
All right, let's listen in.
Secondly, make sure to utilize the All Ears English podcast since I work a 9-to-5 job and have a heavy commute, about 2 hours a day. Now I try to maximize my commuting time and lunch breaks by tuning into the podcast, one episode at a time. By doing so, I was able not only to improve my listening skills, but also equip myself with a plethora of speaking topics. This helped me strike a balance between my daily work and IELTS preparations.
What do you think, Lindsay? Why should IELTS students listen to All Ears English? Do you agree with Chih?
100%. Vocabulary is a huge thing that we do over on All Ears English, and we know that we need a variety of vocab to increase our score, plus just the natural way that we guide our conversations on the show. It's giving you a hint into how native speakers speak, and that's what probably helped Chih stand out with phrases like beacon of light.
Yes.
The candidate that comes in after him to the speaking test is not going to be using, guaranteed.
Absolutely. So not only are you learning all of this high scoring vocabulary with examples so you know how to use it in your essays and speaking answers, you're also improving listening comprehension. So many of the skills that you need on IELTS. So I agree with Chih. If you're not following All Ears English, definitely take out your podcast player right now, search All Ears English and hit follow.
Yep, just open that search bar very clearly, guys. Type in All Ears English and you will see the yellow come up, and it is our biggest show. So go ahead and hit that follow button. Okay, Aubrey, we're back from break. There's a third thing that she emphasized in the reason why he was able to move from a 5.5 to a 7. What is it?
Yes, and I really loved this tip, and it was just to follow the 3 keys system. Because if you don't have a system, if you haven't signed up for a course, it is tricky to know what to do, to learn the strategies separately. But even students who sign up for a course sometimes aren't sure they trust the strategies or don't spend the time it takes to really follow the system and learn the strategies. So I love this advice that you're going to hear, where Chih really saw the value in following a system of strategies.
Love it. Here we go.
One last tip, just trust the system. I literally follow every single task in the study plan, no joke. I might skip leg day at the gym from time to time, but when it comes to the course, I truly stuck with it.
All right, Lindsay, this is such a good advice, don't you think?
It's wonderful advice. It's so true. I mean, in the course, it is packed full of strategies. Many of them are 3-step strategies, so you need to follow steps 1, 2, and 3. You can't follow steps 1 and 2 and then go grab a strategy from another teacher for step 3. It's not going to work, right? They come together as a whole.
Exactly. We provide you with every strategy you need for the entire exam with lots of practice. And so if you complete the modules and stick to the system, you will get the score you need. We guarantee it. And that's a comforting thing. So many of our students have found the confidence that comes with that score increase guarantee.
Yeah, and I also think that part of the system is our community, is where you go to ask questions and you get answers within a few business days. It is our open conversation club that you're invited to twice a week to actually practice your speaking and gain that confidence before you walk into test day. So it's more than just that study plan and what you see inside the course. It is it's our community. It's what you're invited to. It's being involved with us.
Absolutely. That supportive community is part of the system. You need all of it. It's a very holistic course.
Yes. Nice.
And we have a bonus tip here that Chih sort of tacked on to the end that I really loved. It was about handling test day anxiety. So let's listen to what Chih said about how he managed stress.
Oh yeah, there's one thing I really want to mention. If I had a superpower, it would probably be being super nervous. Now, whenever I step into the exam center, I feel anxious nonstop. However, the course told me how to deal with the anxiety through a series called Moments of Zen. That is some legit content. Mark my word, guys. In short, I genuinely hope every listener can achieve your target score and that all ears English can be a huge help on your journey. So take care, guys. Cheers.
All right, Lindsay, Chih was able to manage that test day stress that many of you out there are going to experience or have experienced. This is very normal and common by applying the anti-anxiety strategies that were taught in 3 Keys IELTS.
That is so great. It's heartwarming to know that he did apply that. We wanted to add that to the course when we first built this course because we didn't see anything like that in any other course out there. Every other course just purely sticks to IELTS, but here we understand that your mind, you could know all the strategies, but your mind could still be distracted or under pressure. So in that module, we give you very simple strategies to, would you say, Aubrey, center yourself?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Right. And some of you out there do meditate. You have stress, anti-anxiety techniques, but a lot of you don't. I didn't when I was taking exams in school. So this is so helpful to be able to help you know what to do on test day at the test center to make sure you can beat that stress.
Yeah, so that really rounds out your entire system.
Absolutely.
It's a small part of the course, but it is important. Clearly, it's what brought Chih from a 5.5 to a 7. Aubrey, this has been a really cool episode. Any final takeaway for our listeners today?
Yes, I love this. Thank you again to Chih for sharing these amazing tips and congratulations for these amazing scores. We want every one of you out there to have that same experience, that excitement of finally getting your scores and moving past IELTS. So we're hopeful that these tips helped. We have seen students succeed, get the scores they need, and we want that to be the case for you as well.
100%. So guys, go on over to get into the course right away. It's at allearsenglish.com/KEYS. You will get instant access. You'll be invited to the community. You'll be invited to Open Conversation Club, and you'll be part of the system right away.
Awesome. Yes. Hope to see you soon in Open Conversation Club. That's such fun speaking practice. You get to chat with us, the hosts of IELTS Energy and All Ears English, and the other students in our community.
Love it. So good, Aubrey. We'll see you at the next OCC, Open Conversation Club. All right.
Yes.
Take
Awesome.
care.
See you there. Bye.
Talk soon. Bye.